Justice is a concept that sometimes it can be hard to get your hands around it. And I like to think of justice or laws as really rules, right? They're codes of conduct. We have decided as a society what is appropriate conduct, what is inappropriate conduct, what is acceptable and what is unacceptable. And when you get into the history of where these rules have come about, they reach back all the way back to the Old Testament. If you look at the law of Moses and Exodus in particular, there are sections of Exodus that when you read them, you can trace a direct line from those passages to the laws that we have today in our civil justice system. Just a couple of examples. There's a passage that reads, "If a fire breaks out and spreads into thorn bushes so that it burns shocks of grain or standing grain or the whole field, the one who started the fire must make restitution." So in that passage, you see the concept of negligence. That's what we would call it today. There's another passage. "If people quarrel and one person hits another with a stone or with their fist, the guilty party must pay the injured person for any loss of time and see that the victim is completely healed." In that passage, you see the concept of remedies, making someone whole if you have harmed them. In a third passage, "Whoever steals an ox or a sheep and slaughters it or sells it must pay back 5 head of cattle for the ox and 4 sheep for the sheep." So there you see the concept of punitive damages. If someone sets out to harm someone intentionally, if they mean to hurt them, we're going to punish them more severely as a result of that to deter that sort of conduct in the future. So when you talk about justice, you're talking about the rules that we live by, the rules of the road, and they reach all the way back to Judeo-Christian thinking.